Welcome, everybody. We are going to be playing through the Grey Hill Inferno trial, but this time in Discovery mode. For those of you who don't know, Discovery mode is the method introduced in ICRPG Hardsuit to discover your character as you play. Because of this trial, we've got a few scenes that from the Master Edition version where we're going to get the basic kind of feel for our characters. It won't be everything, but it will be enough to kind of get an idea. And if this were to continue on, and you'd be able to take this character and we'd be continue playing and keep building on that until you have a fully fledged out character. So we don't know anybody's names yet so far. We don't know anybody's abilities or equipment, nothing. So we're going to be finding that out together. But with the Grey Hill Inferno, this particular adventure starts out in the dungeons of the Red Mage. None of you remember your lives beforehand. You have, for whatever reason, were captured by the Red Mage and have been tortured and experimented on for some unknown nefarious reasons. But luckily, through unforeseen circumstances, an act of God, or just sheer luck, the Red Mage's compound, the Grey Hill, has lit on fire, and a blaze has starting to run amok through the prison, through the compound. So this is your chance. This is your chance to escape. And so what we're going to do, just to start off and get some turn orders, we're going to have everybody roll a d20, and then we'll just order it out. And then we're going to start with you guys in the dungeons trying to escape. So it looks like Blake is going first, followed by either Tony or Taylor. Oh.
Ooh, come on now, Chris. You can't tie me.
Right. No, I defer to my man.
All right, so we got Blake, we got Chris. Tony or Taylor, do you guys want to re-roll, or do you guys good with it as it is?
We can take it as it is. I'm fine.
All right, and then Drew's going to round us out. So, this first room, we're going to find Blake. Seeing the fire here, what you have is you're in your cell. You've woken up and you see the fire is blazing. In your room, you can see that the fire is going to be upon you in 2 rounds. This is time to escape. So you've got the bars on the window, you've got bars on the door, the fire is slowly coming. Just take this as a representation of the fire, like it's slowly moving towards your cell, not necessarily a barrier for you. But you have a target of 10 and 10 points of effort to try to escape through the bars, trying to break free. You've also got some scratchings on the walls. You're not quite sure what. But what would you do?
So immediately seeing the fire, I'm gonna I imagine smoke's kind of filling the room. I'm gonna cough a little bit, run straight for the bars to see if I can kind of. I'm gonna try to shoulder check them. I'm just gonna. I've been locked up here for so long. I'm out of here. So yeah, we're gonna go for it.
Okay, so what I'll say for that is your first instinct is to run for the bars and try to force your way out. I'll let you put a point in either strength or basic effort, since you're using your body to kind of push it, but you can choose which stat to put that 1 point into.
I'm going strength because I'm trying to break out, trying to kind of bust it. So we're definitely go strength here.
All right, so get a +1 to strength, and then give me that roll to see if you can successfully start wedging those iron bars off their hinges.
It'll be an 18 then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now give me a basic roll of effort.
Okay, well,
No worries. You're starting to see the hinges crack a little bit, and you feel like just a little bit more might get it, but they're starting to get a little hot as the fire approaches. Right, but what's happening in Chris's room? Same kind of situation. You're in the cell, the fire's approaching. It is in your cell 4 rounds. You're a little further back in the dungeon, so you've got a little bit more time on your side, but still hard of effort, 10, and you've got some scratchings on the walls.
2 quick questions. What else is in my cell?
Some basic kind of hay, some from sleeping areas. You may be able to find maybe like a chamber pot, maybe a few loose stones. Not a whole ton. The Red Mage is not the most amiable of wardens.
Understood. What were the scratchings on the wall made with?
Probably a stone. So someone has probably scratched in. It could have been you. Could have been someone else, but you're not quite sure. You want to look at them?
No, I got to get out of here. I was looking for a sliver of metal, but I am going to follow suit, and I'm going to go ahead and just focus on the lock there and try to kick it. I will try to strengthen it.
Okay. If you want, you can give me a D6 roll and to see if there is a metal piece. There is. Okay. So here's.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I'll let you do this. Because you looked around, I'm going to let you either put a point into wisdom or a point into strength as you approach the door.
I'm going to go ahead and put this into strength as I approach the door.
Okay. Now give me that roll. And no go at the moment, but you do have your piece of metal. You can start prying at it and go from there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So this is Tony's room. Similar situation. The thing is, how close are you to the fire? 2 rounds. You're probably paired off with Blake. As you kind of approach, well, I guess we'll see how you approach the door. But how would you kind of assess this situation?
I thought that at first, seeing the sketchings on the wall, that I would be distracted by them and try to. This rings a memory. This is something important, I think.
Okay. All right. Give me. So as you're looking at it, give me a D20 roll, and then you can put either a point into intelligence or a point into wisdom.
I think intelligence.
All right. 13. Okay, and then give me a D6 roll. Okay, you find the word Ishana. I'll write it in there. Perhaps this is a name. Is it yours? Who knows?
Got it.
Okay, so that was kind of a free action to explore there, but now if you want to approach the door, you can give me a D20 roll and try to do something, however you wish.
Yes, after deciphering the writings on the wall, I realized that fire is a lot bigger than I thought it was, and just going to try to bum rush the door off the hinges.
Okay, give me a D20 roll.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Bum rushing the door, not good.
Not quite. All right, but let's see how Taylor fares. You are probably between the pair. Chris is probably a little bit further down. Blake and Tony are a little further ahead.
Okay.
But you've got a little bit of time.
Alrighty. I would initially be startled and wake by the fire, and I would immediately try to look around if there's anything I could find to like try to put out the fire. I mean, you said it's just like a bedding with like hay and stuff. I'm imagining there's not like, is there a piss bucket or anything? Or am I just being in the corner? Is there anything? Yeah. But if I can't find anything to put it out with or try to dampen it with to stop it from burning, I would try to find something in there to try to pick it. So I feel like my character is not going to be strong enough to try to bust down. He doesn't want to get close to a hot metal. He'll try to like find a way to like. Okay, is there wood bedding, or is it just like
kind of just like a pile? But give me a D6 roll to see if there's something like that, like a full chamber pot. Okay, no go. It's a little bit empty. But what I'll say here though is that you can put a point into either weapons/tools, since you're looking for the tools, or I'll let you put in a point into intelligence. Your choice.
I'm gonna go with intelligence on that, and then I would just like to spend my action if I can see if I can somehow using intelligence there's nothing in the room. I just want to kind of see if there's something. I don't know if I can bust open the door, not by strength, but with intelligence. Like if I can pick a lock, or if there's something.
Yeah, you may be able to find. You may be able to find some loose stones. Identify where you can pry at and either get a stone out that you could use to smash the lock, or maybe pull out a few stones that might be able to weaken where the hinges are set.
Yeah,
so give me an
like
intelligence.
Yeah, maybe the fire's weakened some stone that I can pull loose. 16.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll say you've kind of wedged out a few spaces, and your next attempt will be easy.
Alrighty. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, last up is Drew. You are paired off with Tony across the way. 3 rounds until the fire gets to you. How do you approach this scene?
I check the scrawlings on the wall. And then I will try to find a stone and pick the lock from the other side. So like put my hands through the bars and pick a lock with the stone.
For sure. Give me a D20 and a D6 roll, please. Let's see. 7 and a 4. Right. You find the name Cora scratched deeply into the wall. Okay. Now, as for finding a piece of stone to pick the lock, what I'm going to let you do is you can either put a point into dexterity or a point into weapons and tools as you attempt to use the stone and the mechanism to try to break free.
Weapons and tools.
All right. So give me a flat D20, and then if you succeed, you can use weapon and tool effort. There you go.
7 effort.
7 effort. That's 3 down. Awesome. Quite a bit of thing. And take a hero coin for getting that much effort done so quickly.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
gonna live.
Okay.
No, that had to.
All right. So we've circled back around. We're going to be looking at Blake. But here's the thing: is you all of a sudden you see the activity happening in the dungeon, but from your perspective, the only person that you can see, I believe, was, did I say Tony?
I believe it was Tony.
Yep. Okay. So as you're kind of exploring this, you can see him out and you have a chance to talk and whatever. But give me a D12 roll.
12. Okay.
Okay, so Tony, Blake, as you're looking out, you see your fellow kind of prisoners, but what you see is a Torton working heartily at the bars next to you. And so, Tony, you are a Torton. You have a +1 to your Constitution and a +1 to your Magic.
Would I even know what a Torton is, like with my character? Because we know nothing, right? So
Potentially, it's more of a, like, you see this massive turtle like
just see someone there.
working his way at the bars or whatever. So, but yeah, now how would you like to proceed? You fail at your strength check, so if you were to repeat and try to bum rush it again, just shoulder check it. It would be an easy roll.
Okay. Well, no, I thought I passed the last time because I didn't.
Oh yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to make another strength check. You can just continue rolling effort.
I feel like he's going to be pretty rash about this. He's going to shoulder check. He's going to scream out, saying, "Hey!" Just to like try to get their attention, see if things somehow help. And so I'm going to scream out, just "Hey!" and kind of bum rush the door, bum rush it again.
Okay. So yeah, just roll for effort. But this time, because you've called out and are trying to like rally the troops, or just everyone else around you, you can either put another point into strength or a point into charisma.
I'm going to charisma. I'm feeling charisma again.
Nice. All right. Okay, so yeah, just click
a
the. That might have pulled out your last one, so roll it again.
Oh,
just
okay.
click on it, and then we'll see if it is another one. Yep. Okay.
All right.
But the timer has dropped down to 1. The fires are getting quite hot. You know that you don't have a lot of time before the fire comes into your cell, and then you're really cooking.
Screaming for help.
All right. So Chris, you're at the far end, so you can't quite see anybody. But timer drops down from 4 to 3. How do you want to proceed?
I think I will. If it's going to be easy this time, I'm going to try to hit it one more time. Although I'm going to keep retaining my sliver of metal, my nail, just in case I need to use that. So this is going to be strength. I'm just going to kick it as hard as I can right at that latch plate where I kicked it the last time.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It succeeds, and you can put a point into strength for continuing in that effort, or you can put a point into basic.
I am going to put a point into basic effort as I roll this. Good, because I needed to.
Okay, you got 8 points left.
As I recoil from that, knowing that I still have a lot of work ahead of me, can I make out what that says on the wall?
Sure, give me a D20 and a D6 roll. Let's see, 9 and 5. So you find Brolga.
Okay. Thank you. That's my turn.
All right. Okay, that's going to bring us to Tony. So you've now kind of been identified as a Torton. You look down to see your shell on your back. You're clawing at the stone, but I want to have you look to the side, and you can hear Blake yelling out. You look up and give me a D12 roll. Okay, so you see that the person calling out to you, Blake, is a human. So Blake, you get a +1 to your intelligence and a +1 to your charisma. Right. Your timer drops down from 2 to 1. The fire is getting much closer. But what would you do?
You said intelligence, right? I'm sorry.
Yes, intelligence and charisma for Blake.
Would I be able to brace my shell against this door and kind of do like a leg press against it to try and bend them?
Sure. Yeah, give me an easy strength. And then you can give yourself either a point in constitution or a point in strength.
Okay. Con.
Very nice. Okay, and then give me some basic effort.
Yep.
All right.
The most basic of effort.
Is that 3 1s in a row, I think, from us?
I think so.
That is harsh. And then let me.
Iron is hard.
It is hard, but I've remembered. Let me grab a quick token for our friends here. Because now that we've identified that you are a Torton, you can have a Torton token.
Excellent.
Hey. All right, this is going to bring us to Tater, and I think you are across the way from Drew. So as the timer ticks down from 3 to 2, give me a D12 roll.
3.
Okay. Drew, you are also a human. +1 intelligence and +1 charisma. Okay. But Tater, what would you like to do?
After my last turn, being able to see that there appears to be some kind of loose boulder or something around, I can maybe get loose to try to get out or finagle out of this door. I'm just going to attempt to try to jiggle that or get that loose rock out rather than trying to just bulldoze over the door.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Give me another roll, and then you can put in another point into intelligence or a point into basic.
This time I'm gonna do basic. Oh, nope, nope. Too heavy. The rock's too hot. I can't get a good grip on it. It hurts my hands. Ow. And as I like scream from the hot rock burning my hands, I shout over to the human I see across, like, "Ow, help me!" And just you kind of hear my whimpers and pains. Help! Help!
So, okay. All right, this is going to be for Drew, who we have seen is human. I'm just going to grab a human token. We can grab. Let's just grab this one. Hopefully these work. I'm just grabbing kind of random tokens for everybody. That's okay. If you'd like a selection, please let me know. I can pull out a few and then you can choose, but we're just going. Hey, Drew.
Yep.
Or Cora, if we're going by, if we believe that to be your name, but either way. One, can you give me a D12 roll as you hear the yells of Tater screaming out? 9. So it's kind of an odd sight, but you know, as the fire approaches, you don't blame them. You see a hill folk, this massive figure standing almost like head height. It kind of has to even duck down to see the bottom, like get to the top of the door as they're trying to tear through it, trying to pry some stones off the wall. Okay,
And sorry.
I was gonna say, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna keep picking the lock of the bars. So,
Okay.
weapon, I imagine, or tools.
Yes. Yep, weapon and tools.
Cool. So +1. So I have a 5, so that's handled.
Okay.
Nice.
You're able to make your escape, and you find yourself outside of the cell doors, where you can see others are also struggling with the lock. So you now can go and help any of the pair, anyone on your turn. Okay. All right. Well done. Okay. Yes.
Do I gain any stats from my turn?
So for you, as you made the escape, you can put another point into tools, or you can put another point into dexterity.
Weapon and tools.
Perfect.
So, what are the stats for hill folk?
Oh yes, right. For hill folk, it is a +1 strength and a +1 basic.
Awesome.
Perfect for busting out of jail.
Yeah. I'm realizing the hot rock is not going to work. I'm just going to have to boulder shoulder this thing.
Okay. I will say this as well, Drew.
Yep.
As you kind of leave out, you finally get a view of Chris at the far end of the dungeon. Give me a D12 roll. 4. We see that the final prisoner at the back of the dungeon is a dwarf who has a +1 strength and a +1 to their constitution.
Got it.
Okay. Let's swing back around. All right, and then we've got Blake here, who is our brave yelling human, rallying them. You see one of the prisoners has made their escape. They've busted out of their cell and are out in front of the on the other side of the bars. So let me
So over
grab.
that kid, like, hey, a little help over here, buddy. Come on, a little help. Come on, please. Just gonna truck route them over there. I'm gonna try to go for the bars again, because. So.
Okay. So just effort, since you've already succeeded at your rolls.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, something.
Okay, did you have any
Didn't
basic
have,
bonuses?
No, because as a human, I don't know. Because I chose strength. Human only have charisma, intelligence, and I chose charisma. So no bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me screaming like, come on, please give me a
All
hand.
right. So this is what's going to happen. So you can give me you can add +1 to your Constitution as the fires are kind of closing in. They have kind of entered into the cell and they're starting to heat up. And then, or you can put 1 point into basic.
Constitution.
Okay. All right. And then the fires are going to deal 4 points of damage to you as you're fighting against them.
Okay.
Ouch.
You're going to be anybody who's still in the cell after their timer drops is going to be taking just basic every round.
I'm screaming like, please, like you just hear like get some more desperation in that tone of voice. So
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Things are looking pretty hot for Blake over here. But Chris, we've got our dwarf down here at the back end of the cells.
I felt like that latch gave a little bit this time, so if I can, I'm going to keep applying basic effort to it.
Okay. Absolutely.
Here we go, and +1 to this. There we go.
Very
That was
nice.
a good one. More Spartan kick ought to do it.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll let you either put a point into strength, or I will have you put a point into, let's say, charisma as you kind of buckle down and grit your teeth to push through that.
I will go strength, please.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us to Tony or Torton. Again, you see one of the figures has escaped out. You see more yelling. The timer drops from 1 to 0, so you are going to be taking some damage. 3 points, in fact. Hey, how would you like to proceed?
Does looking at the cell across from me show any kind of lever or key hanging on the wall?
Good question. Let's roll a d6 and let's find out. Yeah, unfortunately not. But good idea. So as you're withstanding the fire, I'll let you put in a point into Constitution or a point into Wisdom.
Let's do con. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna keep trying to push the bars slowly apart so I can squeeze out.
Okay. Yeah, put some basic effort on. There we go. Any bonuses to basic?
Not too basic yet.
All right. Okay. We're working there. We're getting there. We're starting to see some freedom. The fires are getting hotter. So we've got, this is Tater, who is the Hill Folk. Yes, Hill Folk friend. Let me grab a token for you.
What? So yeah, me realizing flames are getting hotter, although I can notice there's a loose boulder. Now realizing my huge stature and size, I'm going to try to use that and put some weight behind momentum and kind of like take a few steps back in my cell and then just try to run forward and try to like drop kick the rock loose and try to bust the door off its hinges that way.
All right. Yeah,
Nice.
give me a strength roll.
All right. So this is going to be a +1. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So yeah.
Very
Yeah! Poosh! And just like achieve it, and then this is going to be +2 basic.
On 4.
3.
Oh,
Sorry.
man. Okay. It's okay. The fire is hot. It's getting closer, but you can still see that there's more. The freedom is right there now that you've kind of come to the realization. Okay. That brings us out to Drew. You have the freedom to explore around, help out anybody that you've seen. Is there someone you'd like to help out with? You can also look around here.
I will look for some gear, and then
Okay.
I will help Tater get out of the cell.
All right. Okay, so what I need for gear is I need you to give me 2 D12 rolls. Okay. So the first thing that you find is you find some climbing gear, grapple hooks, extreme rope, steel belts, 2 pairs of boot crampons. I'll put the full description in the chat. Additionally, you find a sword and a scabbard with you. Okay, and then you want to go help Tater.
Yep.
So we're gonna put, I believe you're right here. From the other side of the cell, you come up. You see this hill folk kind of recoiling from smashing the stones as things are going down. Give me however you want to proceed. Are you using strength to bust it through, dex to try to pick the lock?
I still have the lock pick I had made, so I'll use Dex. So plus nothing. Nope. And I will use my hero coin
Oh,
to add D12.
Okay,
nice.
very nice.
There we
You
go.
succeed. All right, and then put your weapon and tool effort. So you have that little.
Plus 2, so 3.
Right. Closer.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. The timer over here is going to drop from 4 to 3. Fire's going.
Any stat
Hey.
bonuses on my turn? I'm sorry that happened.
You can put either a point into Dex, or you can put a point into. Let's go with Charisma.
Charisma.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're back to Blake.
So see him run off like I'm sure gonna come back and save me after. I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. You're going to take 2 points of damage.
I'm hurting.
Okay. But the other thing that I need from you is, as you're kind of like struggling with this
Burning my hands off.
this stone and this steel, I need you to roll me a D12 roll.
Ooh. Right.
Hey. So again, as you're struggling, this pain in your hands and whatever is bringing back memories. You feel like you've been in places before where you don't deserve this kind of stuff. You've done so much good. You were in a previous, in your past, you felt like you've done good in your life, anonymously even, and you've helped the poor and the grim and the people in strife. You just feel like this is undeserved. You want. Where's the justice in doing all the good that you did to deserve this? So you've had a glimpse of your origin.
I just shake my head, and even though it's hot, I put my head lean my head against the bars, kind of sizzle and take it off. Deep in that memory, just better than this. I'll go down like this. So I'm just gonna try again, just try to break out again, because it can't end this way. I have too much that I can do. So
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna try some effort again. Come on.
All right. Perfect. Ooh, there it
There we
is.
go. That's
There
that
it
moment
is.
it's like, no, too good for this, and just kind of rip the bars off, like my hands sizzling, see the smoke coming out, but I still get out of there.
Okay. Excellent. Take a hero coin as you come to your senses in that grit. Give yourself either a point in ultimate, or give yourself a point in charisma.
Arn, ooh. I think I'm gonna have to go with charisma.
All right.
Hard choice, but charisma.
Okay. All right, but you are free, and you see Drew over there helping out with the hill folk trying to pick the lock. But you have others who may need your help.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to my
Hey.
Totem friend next turn.
All right. Hey, our dwarf friend at the back of the dungeon. You've made some good progress against the steel under your dwarven hands. This is especially the hot steel. You're probably feeling pretty comfortable with this one. Give me, before you push forward, give me a D12 roll.
A 2.
A 2. Okay. As you're fighting with the steel, the flames itself are kind of reminding you of two sources of flames in a life that you kind of remember. One, the fire of an oath taken. You remember some kind of commitment to some person, committed to be a dragon slayer, to slay those hot-blooded, fiery beasts, bound by oath. So your past life, you recall that you may have been a dragon slayer. Whether you've done so or not, or have just sworn to do so, it's up to you. But yeah, let me know how you want to proceed in this room.
I feel like I've got the door on the ropes, so I'm going to give it one last Spartan kick there with a +1 basic.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice. So you break free. Right. So as you bust out into the corridor as well, I'll let you give either a point into basic, or I'll give you a point into strength.
I will keep the strength thing going.
Have I been giving you the same options every time? If I have been, I apologize.
That's because I've done the same thing every time. I crashed my way out of there, and
You did.
when I get into this area, those are wall sconces? Is it? Can I remove one?
Sure.
I would like to remove one and have some kind of crude fire weapon club thing.
Okay, perfect. You now have a sconce, and you can use that as a weapon to have fire, or you can use it as the metal pry bar type thing.
That is awesome. I will light it later. As I look around, who am I closest to?
You're probably closest to Drew over here, who's been tirelessly working at a lockpick, and
Okay.
Blake has just recently busted out just before you.
As I head toward the direction of the flames, what do I see?
So as you can see that there's even more figures. It's kind of a chaotic situation, and so you see more people fleeing. You hear more screaming. You see that some prisoners weren't so lucky. The flames were in their space earlier, and so a few were able to get out. Some have already been burnt to a crisp. But you know that this is limited time. The red mage will not stand for an escape like this. So you can only think that there's a matter of time before order will be restored. So your time is short to get out.
I will use my movement to go toward the screams that I heard, where in the direction of the flames.
Okay, so you're gonna work your way towards the courtyard. All right, that's gonna bring us to Tony, our Torton friend. I think Blake was gonna be on his way over there. Oh, wrong room. Okay. So I think he was going to help you out on his turn if you're not free already. You can see he's coming to help out. You're going to take 3 points of damage as you keep pushing on it. But yeah. Before you go, give me a D12. Again, that fire is bringing back some memories for a lot of you. These moments of crisis. 3. All right. So you feel like you've been here before. That despite your current situation, you have already been captive. You have already fought for your survival at least once before. So this is familiar to you, unfortunately. How you keep ending up in these kind of situations. It may just be your own luck, but I hope it's the last time you ever have to deal with this.
As as I'm trying to wrench the gate off of the hinges, the fire's really getting to me, and I start concentrating on, if it was just a little colder, that maybe the bars would be weaker, and this fire wouldn't be as bad. Would I be able to concentrate so hard that it might start doing that?
Sure. Give me either an intelligence or a wisdom roll.
Go with intelligence, and I have a 1 in this.
No.
Now I've got a 2.
Okay. Yes. Unfortunately, the flame is making it too hot. Is this where you're doing wisdom or intelligence?
Intelligence.
All right. So I'll let you put either a point in intelligence or a point into constitution. Okay. But give me a D. What is it?
A D.
Give
Which
me
one?
a D. Give me a D20 roll.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You as you concentrate though, it's not making a connection, but you feel like something might be there, but it's
Okay.
far off. Okay. All right. Let's move on to let's see, Tater. The flames drop down from 1 to 0. And you take 2 points of damage, and then give me a D12 roll.
All right. 12. 5.
5. Okay. You don't know if this is a story or a story told to you growing up, or your own kind of youth, but you recall stories of immortal heroes falling from Ironheart, the shattered moon above the world, falling to face off against a serpent empire. Perhaps that is why you stand out so much.
Face a serpent and empire.
Yep.
All right.
So you've got a few points of effort left.
Yeah, so having this memory flashback about these, I try to invoke this fighting spirit of these great heroes that I have this brief memory of, and I just try to embody that and go ahead and steady myself, take a deep breath, take a few more steps back in myself, really focus on that weak stone that I've already hit once, and then just go for it and slam into it again for more basic effort.
Okay.
And plus 2, 5.
Nice.
And just heave ho, shoulder check that thing through.
Okay, you can put a point into basic or a point into wisdom, as you also bust out into the corridor.
I'm gonna go with wisdom since it's got that.
Okay, and last, Drew. You kind of move out of the way as this hill folk puts his grimace on and busts through this bar, and you're able to get away. How do you like to proceed? You can see one of your compatriots, your comrades, is moving towards the courtyard. You can see that one more figure is working his way at the stone doors. I mean the iron bars. What would you like to do?
We'll get the Tordant out of the bars with my lockpick.
Okay, that's gonna bring us to let's see, right here. Okay, give me weapon effort, or dex, and then weapon and tool effort.
Oh, that was a D12. That
There you
succeeds. And plus 2, so 6.
Nice.
Hooray!
Everyone is out. Out and free. Okay. Well done. Everybody take a hero coin, if you don't already have one, for making it out and away. And last thing for Drew is give me a D12 roll to kind of. Hey, you also see visions of dragons and this oath to slay them. Again, perhaps the same oath our dwarven friend has taken. Okay. So timers drop down from 3 to 2. Again, not much time left to escape out into the open yard. But what we're gonna do is for Blake, now that everyone's free, you have a chance to explore gather some gear, or you can follow out to the courtyard with Chris.
Alternatively, can I see if there's anyone else that might need to be saved? Because not as good as me, we'll just leave them behind. I feel like.
Sure.
So is there anyone else that's like, yeah?
Not anybody in your cell block. Everyone from your cell block is now free. There's some other cell blocks, but you can see that there's people running out as well. So they may have escaped, or they may have already fallen, or whatever. But give me a wisdom roll.
Ooh, okay, no. That. Oh. That's a 2.
Okay, so you kind of look around and you're not quite seeing anybody who's standing there like at the doors like the others have been. So you're kind of left to wonder how many are kind of hiding in the corners or staying away from the fire, or have already kind of succumbed to the smoke. Plus the smoke is kind of getting in your eyes, making it hard to identify which way to move. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just cough and say we gotta go. We gotta get out of here and start heading towards the courtyard. Kind of looking a little down because he wants to go back and save, but like the smoke and everything, and he's already hurt pretty bad. So yeah.
Hey, but yeah, why don't you give me two D20 rolls?
Ooh.
Or 2D12 rolls? Sorry, 2D12.
Okay. 2d12. Let's see. 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay, so you find a crossbow bolt kit, and you find a healer's case.
Nice.
I need that for myself. Here's case. All right.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm gonna start. Yeah, start making my way out towards the courtyard.
All right. But additionally, as you move out to the courtyard, one thing that you do realize is your draw to help others kind of speaks to you, shows a point of your character. You gain the defender ability.
Nice.
Right. Yes.
Hey,
What does that do again? Or you can post in chat, either or.
I'm dropping them in the chat just so you can see them for writing down. But what it allows you to do is allies that are within close range of you may use your defense stat.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So do you want to stay here in the space, or do you want to follow out with Chris?
Well, if I glance real quick, does anyone look kind of hurt? Because I do this, so like my first intuition is going to be to try to help somebody. So does anyone around look like any super damage, or I guess I can see them, so.
I think our Torton friend is the most hurt.
Yeah, I took a couple of rounds there.
So, and plus seeing him too, because I saw him just kind of stare. So I'm like, okay, they might need some help. So I'm gonna go over and try to use my healer's kit if I can, and try to help them over for my next turn or whenever I can.
Hey, just an intelligence or wisdom, and to let them heal for 1.
We'll say this is going to be. Doesn't matter. Well, actually, intelligence is 1, so I'm human. So we'll say intelligence.
Nice. Okay, so our Torton friend heals for 1 with that nice solve that you're able to pull from the healer's kit.
My thanks, friend.
Of course.
Okay. All right, Chris. So you're first to vacate the courtyard and scout out the space. Before you
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, go for it. Whatever you're doing.
I was just going to say, as I leave this space, I grab a second sconce and I try to get everybody's attention and I say, "Oi, fellow prisoners, we are leaving. This way to the courtyard. Come on."
Okay. Give me, as you kind of are I guess we'll save that one. But one thing that as you're guiding people out, what you find is okay. Where am I going? Okay. You find yourself gaining the scout ability.
Got it.
Okay. When using Wiz to seek out details or hidden truths, roll easy.
Thank you.
Okay, but as you proceed, I'm gonna come everybody. Good. But as you proceed forward, you move out into the courtyard alone to see other figures moving along. But what you do see is a horrific sight that as people are escaping, you see this mutated, creature kind of tearing into one of the other prisoners that were unfortunate enough to get caught. Others have kind of escaped using the distraction to make their escape. But now you can see that this creature is almost finished with what it is and sees you as a new target. So weapon 13, an experiment of the red mage has caught you in its eyes.
Is it within near distance of me?
It's currently at far, but it will be near you very soon.
Do I see an exit?
Yes, you can like run past it out the courtyard, out into the woods. So trying to get past it is a possibility next turn.
I'd like to post here and withhold my movement or action until the end of the turn.
Okay.
Thanks.
Right. All right, that's going to bring us to Tony.
I am going to look around. I thank my new friend who helped patch me up there for a second, and look around for some more supplies, perhaps another healing kit even.
Okay. All right, give me 2d12. All right. So you find, for some unknown reason, a polar pack. Stuff lined for a snowy day in the middle of a fire, as well as you find a sword and scabbard. But what I want you to do is also give me another intelligence check.
That is a
Nice.
20.
All right. So as you're kind of picking through things, that inkling, that connection that you were concentrating is starting to come back. Just coming back to you. And you actually remember that you have access to a doorway spell. Which allows you to create a magical doorway with a roll from your present location to any location that you have been before, and it remains open for 1d4 round. Unfortunately, with your memory being questionable as it is, you can't remember where you've been before other than the cell that you were just in. So perhaps some more. You'd need more memories to come back.
We will work on that.
Hey, do you want to you want to vacate and head towards the courtyard as well?
Yeah, I will follow where everybody else is heading out.
Okay, so you're going to follow up quickly behind Chris. And you again see the creature as well, spawning both of you. Right. That's going to bring us to Tater.
Yeah, after I bust free and see everybody's kind of meandering about, and I too will kind of glance about and see if I can't find any supplies or anything useful before heading out with the rest of my newfound friends, escapees.
Okay, give me a D12 roll.
7.
And then give me a second one.
9.
Okay, you find a pack of climbing gear lined up in the corner, as well as a set of knight weapons. Heavy black belt with spiked mace and chain flails. Used against shields, it degrades defense by 1 each hit.
All right, so yeah, I see the flail, and yeah, I'm like, yeah, all right, and yeah, just kind of size it up, feel good in my giant hands, and yeah, make my way to the courtyard.
Okay. All right. You're feeling pretty good with the weapons in your hands. So you are you can see that you have let's see. Was your origin being captured as well?
I mean, the memory is like of the fallen, the heroes fallen from the Empire.
Oh.
I would feel like, yeah, whether that is me, I'm one of these fallen, or I feel like I am embodying that spirit and trying to like achieve that type of status from my people, my Hillfolk people. But yeah, I was probably captured in trying to be this fallen hero.
Perfect. Well, as you kind of hold that knight's weapon in your hand, you gain the Slayer ability. And Tony, don't worry, I didn't forget to give you one. You're just going to get yours in just a second.
Okay.
Yes, but you gain the Slayer ability. As you're holding that weapon in your hand, if you attack an enemy you've already harmed, you do ultimate damage instead of just weapon or whatever. Okay, and you head out to the courtyard as well. Okay. All right, and then that's going to bring us to Drew. You've seen most of the crew remain. Blake is here. He was exploring, getting a sense of where else others may be in need, but others have headed out to the courtyard. Where do you go?
So, I did not gain a stat point last turn. I'm sorry that I have to keep doing this.
No, you're good. I kind of stopped once everyone started.
Okay, gotcha.
Leaving.
Cool.
Yes.
Wasn't clear.
Hopefully
You're good. I will go into the courtyard and attack the weapon 13, if I can.
You're just gonna hear it out there and then just rush out. So as everyone's moving their way, you just rush out and go in for the attack.
Other. I'm the one on top. I'm this one.
Oh yes, it's Blake.
Yep.
There you go. Hey, what are you attacking him with?
I thought it was far
sword.
distance away. I thought it was far distance away.
It's true. So I was gonna say, what if you have arranged, you might be able to hit him.
I have a sword, so I'm just charging in, I guess.
Yeah. So you're just heading in there with your sword. He's definitely gonna see you as the attention grabber.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will use the rest of my movement to go alongside him.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna hold off on giving you an ability, just to see what's gonna happen, and go from there. Okay. So you've moved up as well. This thing, seeing you guys move ahead, is immediately gonna jump. He's got 2 basic attacks that he can do. So he's just going to slash once at each of you. So the first one is going to be at Drew for a nat 20. He's going to do basic plus. So he's going to do 11 damage to Drew.
And I use my hero coin to reduce that.
Let me look. I don't know if it works.
Roll it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to re-roll the nat 20, but I'll re-roll the... Let's do some math. Let's re-roll the d4.
The D4. Okay. 2.
Perfect.
All right. So 9 points.
Yep.
That bring you down?
Nope, I have 1 HP left.
Okay. 1 attack there, and then he's going to go for Chris. It's a 13. Is that enough to get past your defense?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. And that is 1 point on Chris.
I am a mere scratch. Is that all you got, you bloody piker?
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do for Drew, as you rushed out to meet the warrior, what we're gonna give you is the Pit Fighter ability. Okay. Which is when you take damage, add the amount. The last hit against you to the next hit you make. And that's going to be effort, not to the attempt. Okay. All right. Then that's going to bring us to Blake. You're still in here. You've kind of hung back, checking out the others. Do you want to head out with others? Do you want to look around a little bit more?
Oh, because like I feel like since I don't see one, like I tried the ones I can help right now and help kind of defend are out there in the courtyard. So I'm gonna take a deep breath and kind of look back one more time, then head out because I know there's everybody might be able to try to help and save.
Okay.
Come
So you see, you see him in combat, but you see the other 2 there with you as well.
I'll say, look down this crossbow and say, God, shield us. Doesn't feel quite right. I'm used to having like a shield or something like that, but you know what? It's what I got. So I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna aim, kind of get off to the side, and see if I can hit that weapon 13 crossbow.
All right. Give me that dex roll.
There we go.
Nice.
It's gonna be a D6, right? Or
yeah, D6 for your weapon.
Okay, awesome. All right. Something.
7. So that's 3. Okay, I'm also going to give you, as you're firing, you feel kind of attuned to this crossbow. You're going to gain quick draw. On a ranged attack roll modified 15 plus, which you rolled, fire again.
Ooh. All right.
Give me another dex roll.
There we go. So kind of shoot, and kind of like the memory comes back. I'm just like, okay, like it just almost muscle memory. So I don't realize I'm doing it as I'm already shooting again. So.
Yeah. Okay. He's down to 3. Awesome. Okay, take a. You may, if you already have a hero coin, but take one if you don't. Perfect. All right. Well done as you step out with your crossbow. Chris, you're there. You took a glancing blow, kind of knocked you aside. Drew took a huge brunt of it, but you're still faced there with the weapon 13, a bolt sticking out of his chest. 2 of them, in fact.
I will stay toe to toe. I'm going to paste this guy with one of my metal wall sconces.
Nice.
So +4 to strength, dirty 20,
Nice.
and 4 points.
Nice. That's enough. You club him upside the head. and he drops. You see that his form begins to start writhing, may start even healing, but right now he's down, and you've got a chance to escape. Well done. Okay.
With my movement, just before I leave, if I can, I just try to light him on fire with my lit ball sconce, and then I run away toward the exit.
Hey, go for it. Give me a D6 roll just to see how flammable this guy is.
Not
Okay.
very.
You burn him, it sears into the flesh, but doesn't like burst into flames.
Roger that. That's my
Okay,
turn.
love
Thank
it.
you.
All right, Tony. You've seen this battle happening. You see the weapon 13 down. You see Chris heading away.
Seems
What do you
that's
do?
our course of action. So I will start following Chris.
Okay.
See where the other side of this courtyard takes us.
So you're going to be heading out towards the forest. Okay. Give me an intelligence roll again.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. You can feel some magic kind of connecting in. The memories are a little fuzzy, but things are getting closer. You feel that the things are surging through you, and you feel like there's something there, but you're not quite sure how to harness it. So you gain the wild power ability.
I
Okay, let's see.
Excellent.
Which allows you, anytime you roll a max die, roll it again.
Ooh.
All right. And then that's going to lead us back to Horn, to Drew. You're feeling pretty weak, but you see your friends are moving on. How would you like to go about this?
It's Tater's turn first.
Tater, sorry, apologize. Tater.
No worries. So yeah, seeing the creature go down, and then some one guy lighting on fire, or trying to. I would just want to look around and just see if there's anything does the creature itself, or if there's anything worth investigating or checking out, like either the victim he was eating, or if there's anything on them that can give us any kind of clues or. Yeah,
Sure.
I would just naturally want to look around.
Sure. Give me a D100 roll.
All right. Oh shit! How do you do that on here?
Double click
the D10.
Oh, gotcha. That's right. 52.
52. All right. Okay. Hey, you find on the necklace of his victim, you see something that was stolen from the Red Mage's pockets himself. A little statue that he was clutching on as his fortune to get away to kind of start a new life. It's an akintu. It's an item. It seems like a little carved kind of head, tiki head statue. Brings
Mhm.
good luck. Anytime you roll a 19, treat it as if it was a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
See, I see that and feel the good juju in this thing. I'm like, stick it in my pocket, tighten up my flail in my hands a little bit more, and then proceed out with the rest of the party. Give a grunt of satisfaction. It's good.
Okay. All right. And that's going to bring us to Drew.
I'm going to cut off Weapon 13's head and limbs and separate them to make sure it doesn't heal together back together.
Okay. Yeah, give me a basic strength just to go about that dark business.
Nope.
You're able to kind of work through it. Let's see. But yeah, you can sense that perhaps that action was slightly maddening. You feel your sanity slightly slipping as you kind of ensure that dark work was done, or at least attempted. Okay.
We go into the woods with the rest of the group.
Okay. Now, just as I move into the last scene, who has everyone gotten an ability?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure everyone's gotten one. Our last scene is your final escape. As a group, you've come together and you've worked your way through Weapon 13. You've worked your way out of the woods, but the guards from the Red Mage have ventured out and they're trying to recollect the escapees. So I need someone to give me a D4 roll to see how many guards are in the vicinity searching with their lanterns. So who would like to give me that roll? Chris?
Oh, sorry. I jumped on it. My bad.
Oh, you're good. Okay, there are 3 guards. Okay. Rolling around. So everybody is going to have to make 3 checks individually. Okay. If you can make all, if you can make all 3, you're free. You're good to go. For every failed, it's a guard. It's a guard that's going to show up on the thing. Actually, that's going to be way too many rolls. Apologize. It's going to be. I need 3 rolls. Just 3 rolls from 3 different people. And for each fail roll, it's just going to be a guard that, as a group, you have to face. That makes more sense to me. That's like otherwise, like it's gonna be 15 rolls. That's insane. Okay, so 3 rolls. Let's see who can if we can dodge all 3 guards. Who wants to make the first one?
I'll take
For
it. Got it. Before Drew.
Cool.
There you go.
Okay. You sneak past the first. As you while your way through the woods, hiding behind branches, sneaking through the grass. But another comes around the corner. You see them from a distance with their lantern, so you know they're coming. Who wants to make the second one?
Take the second one. I'm gonna use a hero coin, so like I think you're going to kind of stumble a little bit, and then I.
There you go.
I catch myself and yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Okay. Yep, you're able to quickly and deftly not dodge out of the way as you hide in the light and move past. This next roll is going to be easy because of that nat 20. We would like to make the final rolls to escape past.
I'll make it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Through the woods, you track and escape. Distant roars of the fire can be heard. You see it in the light as you look back over the horizon and through the trees. You hear the screams slowly fading, and you can see the storm kind of blowing in. You've escaped from the Red Mage's compound. The Grey Hill Inferno has enabled your freedom. But the question becomes, what will all of you do next? As you proceed forward in the rest of your life, hopefully not to be captured again by the Red Mage, or perhaps maybe to meet again and stop him from doing what he's done to you to others. Well done, everybody. You've made it through the Grey Hill Inferno.
Awesome, Elliot. Thanks, King. That was fun.
Thanks a lot. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well done. Good job, guys.
So before we finish, I'll probably get some stars and wishes from you tomorrow just to hear how things went. But what I'd like to do is, because we did Discovery, what I want to hear from everybody is what they think of their character that they came upon as they were discovered, as we went through this Discovery play. So I would just love to hear, as we kind of developed, as you make choices, what's your character like? What are you thinking your character is going as you've come upon them? Is there somebody who'd like to go first and introduce their character they discovered?
I'll go. I don't mind.
Perfect.
Someone else wants to. So my character did not get a name, but he's fine with it. I definitely feel like almost like an officer, sort of like, something like that. Someone who kind of keeps the peace, almost like maybe a sheriff. Definitely had the song "My Hero" by the Foo Fighters going through my head. I was like, fire, trying to escape and help people, and so yeah. Definitely something like that, like a sheriff almost, sheriff type.
I like it. It fits definitely. All right. Who's next? Want to go with Chris? Let's go down the initiative order.
My character is interesting. He's got more questions than answers. He knows he likes to kick and punch stuff, and he has this sense of duty, this call. He's forging boldly forward in a direction and to a destination he hasn't yet to grok.
Mm-hmm. But it's only a matter of time. That Dragon Slayer's oath, I'm sure, will come to bite you.
That's right.
Get you better or worse. Perfect. All right. Tony.
Ishana, turns out, is a turtle in time. He is somehow become unstuck in time and keeps getting captured by the red mage and tortured to find out how he got this ability and why he's able to keep using it, getting away, and then eventually recaptured. But that's where, who knows, on his timeline.
Mm-hmm. I love it. That's a fun one to like tie into everybody. Like, gonna add a drop kind of chaos into the group.
Yeah, it's a little quantum leap because every time he travels, he forgets all of his magic. I mean, he's a time mage. That's pretty powerful, except I can't remember any of my spells.
In time.
Well,
At least now we can go back here really easy with that door spell, so you know.
Yeah, don't forget that one. Perfect. All right, Taylor.
Yeah, character with no name yet, but I feel like it'll come back to him. Yeah, he's definitely was probably on some kind of spiritual, some kind of journey. Like I said, to either fulfill these like rite of passages that these heroes do to defeat this. You know, takes that as like a symbolism or something maybe among his culture or his people. And yeah, he was just out trying to do his coming of age or become his next chapter of his life, and I got caught by the red mage. But yeah, he just seems to be a headstrong kind of you know, not all bronze. He's got little brains too. He's pretty savvy. But yeah, he's just out there to kind of forge his destiny and live up to the legends that he's heard from his people all of his years.
Nice. Love it.
Where we're at.
Bring in. That'll be a fun faction to bring in later on. That you know, clan where he came from. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And rounding out, Drew.
I think Cora is basically a witcher, monster hunter kind of vibe. I think that's why he knew to separate out the limbs, so stuff like that. That was basically all I had. Just kind of like knows how to pick locks somehow already. Knows weapons, stuff like that.
Nice.
Witcher, monster hunter type.
Well, I think overall, this group would be quite a dynamic kind of team going on. I see that there's elements of the warriors. They've got the mage. You've got the leader. You've got, you know, like I think it all fits in there, and I think this would be quite a fun party to continue on. But that's, I think, the joy of the Discovery play. So thank you guys for exploring this with me. Hopefully you guys maybe can drop a character, one of these characters in a future game, or maybe build them out fully. Love to hear about it.
It'd be fun. It was a lot of fun.
excellent. Yeah, this was a blast.
Thank you for running. Yeah, I think that was a
Thanks,
lot of fun.
Kane.
Yeah, thanks, Kane.
Yeah.